There's a huge amount of variables with that. Depends on the paint. Very cheap, right? Paint roughly consists of pigment and dye if it's coloured, and some kind of gluey stuff to make it stick on the wall. And the gluey stuff is what is you've got. I mean, modern paint's obviously a different formulation, but what used to be oil paint was originally, I mean, very originally, was boiled oil. Mixed with pigment. You can still buy it in linseed oil paint. It's expensive though. Then now it's like an acrylic polymer, and then you've got emulsion paint, which is kind of latex based. Now, good quality paint has lots of pigment and lots of glue and tends to stick to the walls, and it's quite opaque and thick. Cheap paint isn't, because it's cheap. Landlord special paint comes in 10-litre tubs for not a lot of money and is virtually transparent, and also when you wash it, it comes off. So, two things to remember. If you are in a rented apartment and it's painted white, the chances are it is painted with white paint that comes at about 30 quid for a 10-litre tub. It's very cheap. And most rented apartments are painted white because it's easy for the landlord. When tenants move out, they can whack on another coat of paint, freshen it up for very little money, and they don't have to match in. Obviously, matching paint is a problem. You can't. Now, you can get colour matching services. Generally speaking, you wash walls. Melamine sponge is great for small marks, and it does remove paint. Washing is a great thing for larger marks, outside of the stain to the inside. Hot soapy water or sugar soap is the stuff you should really use. In a push, use soda crystals with a drop of washing up liquid, and that can also take paint off the wall. Repainting is an option. Now, like I said, if you're in a rental property and it's white, don't worry about it. And if you have to paint the whole wall, it's still not very expensive to paint a whole wall with cheap white paint. It could be more expensive to paint it with good white paint. Likewise, if you roughly know the colour of the wall, or you know the colour, but obviously you've got a different batch of paint, if you paint a whole wall and it doesn't quite match the other three walls, it won't show as much. So